Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. So today's video is going to be focused on one of the most requested asks, which is agent-to-agent communication. While this feature is going to be natively available on Copilot Studio down the line, we do have few options to create this design in Copilot Studio. The first option, especially if you're not a pro code developer, you could use the new Power Automate action called Execute Copilot to invoke a Copilot agent from your existing agent. This is the most simple design that allows you to use Power Automate to invoke any agent that is built on Copilot Studio from your existing agent. And this requires minimal configuration. If you have not seen this new action, let me just show it to you. So I'm talking about this new action, which is called Execute Copilot. This allows you to look at all the copilots that you have built. You can select the one you want, and then you also have option of including a conversation ID, and then you pass in the message from here, and that should help you invoke the Copilot agent that you have selected. So this is the most simple way of allowing your existing agent to talk to another agent. Now, the second option we have is around uh, agent SDK. So this is the new SDK that we just announced, which allows you to build custom agents from ground up using things like bot service, semantic kernel, and you can also integrate with agents that are built within Copilot Studio. So this is essentially next iteration of Azure Bot Service. And in order to use this, you need to have some experience building bots using Azure Bot Framework. So I'll put this link in the documentation, but all of the details are here, and this allows you to do way more complex configuration. You have complete control in terms of how you design your bot experience. You can also use semantic kernel, like I mentioned, and you can also handle various multi-agent scenarios if you're using the agent SDK. Now, the third option, that is what I'm going to focus on today, is to use Directline APIs. So this option does require some level of pro code development, but if you're familiar with creating custom canvas for your Copilot agent, this should be pretty straightforward. So what I'll do is let me quickly show you a demo to show you how it works, and then I'll explain how I have built it. So here I have a simple canvas. So you can see I have created a simple canvas, and I have a bot that's embedded on this canvas. And what I have done is I have connected this bot to 3 different Copilot Studio agents that I've created, where each agent performs a specific task. So I have one agent that is connected to Power Platform documentation, so it can answer any questions related to Power Platform. The second agent is connected to a bank's website, so any questions related to financial services for that bank, it will respond with the information. And lastly, I have an agent that's connected to ServiceNow, so it can provide me information around any incidents that are created in my ServiceNow instance. So just to show you, so if I say, can you tell me about Power Pages? So in this case, I'm asking about Power Pages, and what the bot does is it will first understand the intent of the question. So in this case, I'm asking about Power Platform, and it will route this question to the Power Platform agent. So in this case, you can see it's able to answer my question. It's also giving me the citation I have not done any formatting in terms of how I present this information. So you can control how the response is shown using adaptive card and things like that. But the point of this is to just show how you can have orchestrator agent connecting to different agents depending on the question user is asking. So in this case, you saw I asked about Power Platform. It's able to answer this same way. If I ask what is Copilot Studio, it's again going to know that it's related to Power Platform, um, and it's going to get me the answer. So here you can see it's able to get me the answer. Now, if I say something like, where is your bank located in New York? So this, in this case, I have connected it to BNY website. So when I'm asking this question, it knows that I'm talking about that specific bank. And what it's going to do is it's going to provide me the address for BNY's location in New York. This could be any website. So in this case, since I've connected it to BNY website, so it's giving me this address. Same way, if I ask, do you offer uh, commercial loan? And then you can see it's going to use that website as the data source to get me the information. So you can see here, it's able to get that information. It's coming from the same data source. And then lastly, I can ask things like, what is the status of incident ID? And in this case, because I'm asking about incident, it knows it needs to talk to my ServiceNow agent, and it's going to get me that information. So you can see here, it's able to get me the information for this. Again, like I said, I've not formatted the output or the response, but it's able to connect to my ServiceNow instance. It's giving me all the information that I need. Same way, if I say, show me my tickets, it's also going to get me the list of all the tickets that I have. So here you can see I'm able to get the response back, and it shows me that I have 5 incidents. Again, if I had formatted it, you could see it, but you can see it's getting me each and every incident along with the link to that specific incident. So this is how you can enable bot agent to agent communication. And now I'll show you how I have built this. So just to explain what's happening behind the scene, let me just quickly show you the design I have. So here's a simple example. So I have created 3 bots or 4 bots in this scenario. So I have the orchestrator agent. So this is the Copilot Studio orchestrator agent that takes in the question from the user. And then the main job for this agent is to, based on the user's question, understand the intent and decide which agent to call. So in this case, when the user is asking about incident, orchestrator agent knows that it needs to call the ServiceNow agent. Same way, if it's related to banking services, it will call the bank's agent. So that's the role of the orchestrator agent. It does not do anything else. It just takes in the question, and then understands the intent and then routes it to the right agent. When the agent responds back, it's showing that response back to the user. So it's basically orchestrating the uh, question and response to the user. It doesn't have any other logic. It's just meant for understanding the intent and then showing back the response from the child agents. And then it talks to child agents using Directline APIs. So once the intent is understood, it's going to call the Directline API and pass in the token for the child agent. So depending on what agent it needs to invoke, it will uh, establish the connection with the right child agent and then pass that question to the child agent. So now, just to show how this is set up on the Copilot Studio side first, let me show it here. So we have, if I go to my agents, we have the orchestrator agent. And in this case, there's different ways you could do this because the whole idea here is to understand the intent of the question. So in this case, I'm using the AI builder prompt. So you can see I have in my orchestrator agent, I have just one topic, which basically takes in the question, it passes that question to the AI prompt. And this prompt, what it does is basically looking at the question, it will respond with the name of the child agent. So for example, here is all my instructions. You can see it responds Power Platform agent if the question is related to Microsoft Power Platform, Power Apps, Power Automate, Cloud, Copilot Studio, or Microsoft product. It responds banker agent if the question is related to banking services or financial services, and then ServiceNow agent for tickets, incident, hardware troubleshooting type of questions. So this is how the orchestrator agent is basically responding back with the name of the child agent. I have given it some examples so it knows exactly how to handle the incoming question. And then what it does is it will output the name of the child agent as a message. Now, other than this orchestrator agent, I have all the other agents that I have created. So I have the ServiceNow agent, which is connecting to my ServiceNow instance. So in this case, you can see if I go to topics, custom, based on the question, it can connect and get different type of information from ServiceNow. So in this case, if I'm checking the incident status, it invokes this topic. It can uses Power Automate Flow to do that and gets the information and then responds back to the parent or the orchestrator bot. Same way, I have the other two agents. So one agent is connected to the banking website that I showed. So if you look at this one is connected to Power Platform documentation site. And then the other agent is connected to the bank's website. So you can see here, this is the other agent that's connected to the bank's website. So in total, I have 3 child agents. So ServiceNow, banker agent, and then I have the Power Platform agent. And now on the Directline side, so what I'm doing is I have created a custom canvas that I just showed you the demo that I was showing. And here's the logic that I'm using. So again, this, like I said, this is slightly meant for pro code developers who are used to customizing the canvas. So if you have created custom canvas, this should be straightforward. But all this is doing is I've created a function that can handle the communication between different agents. So in this case, you can see what's happening here is every question right here on line 216 is sent to the orchestrator agent. So the orchestrator agent intercepts every question coming from the user. It then decides based on the intent of the question, it gives the name of the bot, and the name of the bot is then compared to the agents that we have created. So for example, if the orchestrator agent says banker agent, then we would then connect to banker agent. So you can see here, we have another connection that is pertaining to banker agent or Power Platform agent or the ServiceNow agent. So in this case, what we are basically doing is we are invoking the direct line connection using the secret, or you can use the token. And once the connection is established, we are passing the question to the child bot. So in this case, you can see here, if the uh, uh, orchestrator says ServiceNow agent, we would then pass the ServiceNow bot's secret to this function here, and then the question would be passed to that agent, and then we'll show back the response. So this is how I have created this. So it's basically just using direct line connection to make the connection between your child agents and the orchestrator agent. If you're interested in getting this sample, just leave me a comment and I'll be happy to share this. It's a little hard to explain every line of the code, but I would create some documentation just so that you're aware of what each function is doing within this custom canvas. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions or if you're interested in getting this sample, please do let me know in the comment and I'll share this sample with you. Thanks for watching.